This is a selection from my book, a lyrical memoir put out by Big Table Publishing, Portrait of an Artist as a Young Poseur, 1974 to 1983, by me, Doug Holder. I'm outside here in the rooming house, 271 Newbury Street, where I lived in 1978. I don't believe it's a rooming house anymore. So I'm going to read a selection here about the rooming house that I lived in. I lived at 271 Newbury Street from 1978 to 1983, shortly after I graduated from college, in a room on the top floor, $38 a week, a bathroom down the hall, a stairway to the roof, cockroaches above Davio's restaurant. I worked at the Fatted Calf in Copley Square as a short order cook and sold the Globe over the phone in Cambridge. Used to frequent the Exeter Theater down the block, Marx Brothers, Rocky Horror, chanting at midnight, ate at Gilt's drugstore across from the Lenox Hotel. Ethel, the counterwoman, kept up a continuous narrative of her rotten kids in the old Colony Project in Southie. I was assistant manager at Big L Discounts for a stint. Health and beauty aids, can you believe it? Taught in the South End at Dr. Solomon Carter Mental Health Center. DYS, DSS kids, field trips to Roxbury and the abandoned Jewish temples, home visits for the kids, the family smoking pot and doing lines. There was a restaurant I used to frequent, the Peter Piper on Beacon Street, big cafeteria-style food, poetry reading. Jim and I sat near the steam table, our words floating on a mist of steamed cabbage, and I was habitually at the kebab and curry, sitar and sag. I used to see Richard Yates, Revolutionary Road, a drunken shamble down the block, and I had the same Chinese laundry as the talk radio host, David Brudnoy. The Chinese man always used to yell at me, "Why you lose ticket?" Brudnoy, the pockmarked and intelligent face with an ironic smile. I worked as a clerk at the corner of Newbury and Beacon Street, Sunny Corner Farms. Members of the cars used to come in regularly. Rick, so sky high, fingering a Twinkie. Also Gildner Radner, a frenzied hair. Howard Zinn, tall, a radical patrician, and Barney Frank, rumpled in a rush, all on one night shift. And beers after work at Frankenstein. My boss, a fat Irishman, called me Dirty Kike regularly. After you had a few, nice to me the next day. I remember the ancient gay security guard Maynard who used to come and chat and always told me stories how young, virile men were enamored with him, his guard hat tilted at a rakish angle. Oh, but he pleaded that he maintained his purity, and the toothless whore who gave her head to her man, her point of honor. And during a snowstorm, I gave shelter to the street icon, Mr. Butch, almost left him in the store overnight.